Hello. Welcome back once again for another walk through the woods. I'm your host, McKenna Maria Whisper, and welcome back to the Draft Diaries. Season 8. This is my 6th season of playing. Man, I've been here for a while. Anyways, so, starting off week 1. And already you can see a difference in my building from last season to this season, because I ran Life Orb and not Choice Scarf. I know, it's monstrous. Ooh. So, this week we were against Cruzer. You know the pattern, his info should be right over here. And looking at it, this week could have been a sweep. It could have been a lot harder. You never really know. But let's get into the information like always. So, starting off, You and Me, new nickname for the Chi-Yu. We ran a Life Orb set with Protect, Heatwave, Dark Pulse, Nasty Plot. I was just thinking about it. I thought maybe it would be a good idea to shake it up a little bit just because I've always ran the same Chi-Yu set. And this gave me a little bit of options, which ended up helping. Max special attack, max speed with a timid nature for that boost. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Part of the plan was to pair it with my Cottony Falling Down with Covert Cloak, Prankster, Tailwind, Endeavor, Fake Tears, Energy Ball. I don't like going without any attacks, so Energy Ball is on here just out of obligation more than anything else. Went HP in defense just to try to be able to take a hit or two. With Endeavor, it doesn't get the Prankster boost, but it is still a good boost. Poison, the Mega Gengar. Gengar Knight, Cursed Body is based ability. Yeah, I think I already explained that. Icy Wind, Taunt, Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball. Max special attack, max speed with a modest nature. I was trying to end things with this Gengar. And I kinda goofed, but you'll see soon enough. Next up, Golden. I went Citrus Berry, Defiant, Hornleech, Spiky Shield, Ivy Cudgel, Follow Me. I just wanted a good mix of stuff, max speed, max attack, already good enough HP to take a hit or two, and the defenses aren't horrible, so. There was plans in mind, but, things happen. Good old Umbrella, Togekiss, Leftovers, Serene Grace, Life Dew, Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam, Protect, max HP, max special attack. I really wasn't invested in speed. In my mind, in a perfect world, I would have had Tailwind up the entire game, but it doesn't always work like that. And rounding off this roster, Do I Want to Know, my Stonejourner. With Focus Sash and Power Spot as its ability, I went for Body Press, Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Protect. With max defense and some HP investment just to be able to take those hits. And maybe I was being a little bit too trolly with the team going into this, but things happen. It's Cruzer. Okay, and let's look at this team. And like I said, it's Cruzer. We got a Spiritomb, a Caparaja, a Sylveon, Blaziken, Mega Metachan, and Thwackey. So, let's immediately start this. Alright, so we're starting with not a horrible lead here. So, Sylveon and Spiritomb versus Gengar Chi-Yu. So, there's a couple plays to do here. Knowing that his team is on average slower than mine, I did really assume he would go for Trick Room. And the play I made sense, but his Spiritomb was not what I had calced for. So we go Poison, then we go Icy Wind, which lowers everybody's speed. And then the Dark Pulse doesn't do enough. So, right off the rip, and it was pointed out to me almost immediately, if I Shadow Ball into the Spiritomb, I can double into it, get the KO, and he doesn't get Trick Room off, which means this battle goes very differently. Unfortunately, like I said, my calcs did show that combo should have been enough. obviously it wasn't. So he gets Trick Room up, and now this just becomes a game of me constantly switching and protecting. Which, turn 1, we go into Stonejourner, who, in theory, is just duplicate of Chi-Yu on this, so that didn't matter too much to me. Switch out Chi-Yu for Cottony, go for the Protect on Togekiss. Wow, I am out of it. Hyper Voice does take out Cottony. So, to point out here what happened. The Cottony, I had clicked Endeavor, forgetting that Endeavor isn't Prankster boosted. Because it's technically doing damage. But if that had worked, I would have put it down to, where is it? It's 10%, which means this 12% Air Slash would have taken out Sylveon this turn. Alright. Chi-Yu comes back out. We go for Protect, and we go for Protect. He goes for the Rock Slide, doesn't get anything. Goes for the Hyper Voice, doesn't get anything. Trick Room now ends. I go Terra Ghost to stay alive. The Heat Wave, unfortunately, does not get the KO. And I believe I attacked into yeah. No, I went for Dazzling Gleam. Not enough here. Hyper Voice doesn't take either out. He goes for Protect on Sylveon this turn. I click Heat Wave. Caparaja dies. Bad. And then Life Dew. I will point out, I think this is the only time I used Life Dew throughout this battle, which was a little bit of a mistake. I should have been Life Dewing a couple other turns where I had the chance. Blaziken comes out, goes for Protect. Sylveon fails to get a Protect. Heat Wave takes out Sylveon, and Blaziken is protected. So one turn where I could have used Life Dew. Protect into Togekiss, switch out for Ogerpon, who unfortunately takes the hit and just takes the damage. This Gengar, or this Blaziken was not fun to try to deal with. Dazzling Gleam barely doesn't take out Medicham, takes out Blaziken. And this is where things are risky. So we Protect on Togekiss. Grassy Glide doesn't kill. And the Speed Tie, I win it to hit Heat Wave with Chi-Yu, who gets taken out. So as I said earlier, I assumed that Blaziken was going to protect the turn it did. If I had pressed Life Dew, Chi-Yu would have been higher and been in a much safer range. I still would have died if I lost the Speed Tie, but I would have actually had more HP, so I wouldn't have gone down to my own Life Orb, meaning my differential would be a little bit higher. But Togekiss takes out the Spirit Tomb, and like that. Oh yeah, I forgot we're doing Show Team this season. So, the Cruzer, he brought Spirit Tomb with Mental Herb, Infiltrator, Terra, Water, a lot of HP, a lot of defense, a lot of special defense. Poltergeist, Snarl, Will-O-Wisp, Trick Room. He didn't use Will-O-Wisp, but, you know, it happens. Caparaja, Sheer Force, Life Orb. Interesting. Iron Head, High Horsepower, Rock Slide, Protect. Okay. Sylveon, Citrus Berry, Pixelate, Terra Steel, Hyper Voice, Psyshock, Mystic Fire. I don't know why Mystic Fire. Maybe for Ogerpon. Blaziken, Shed Shell. Don't even know what that does. Swords Dance, Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Protect, Medicham, Pure Power, Fake Out. He did have Fake Out. Okay, so I was just being smart. And then the Thwacky. We've already seen my team. And now, for all of you, I have the live battle reactions, because that is something I'm going to be experimenting with this season to see how it works. So that should be added in right here. And we have an interesting lineup here. Ooh, this might be... I feel like there might be a Trick Room set up here, so we're going to try to play this a little bit safely and see what we can do. Yeah, no, like, I definitely foresee some form of Trick Room because most of his Pokemon do have low speed settings that they can go for. And there's Kev being Kev. But we love him. So, this is actually being recorded before I do the full reveal for everybody's nicknames and whatnot, so that's fun. It's about 3:30 and on Wednesday the 6th. Let's see what our good friend Cruzer tries. Spiritomb Sylveon, interesting. What do I think is going to happen here? Well, if I'm being honest, it's not going to do a crazy amount, but so I think the play here is go for an Icy Wind, and that does less there. Heat Wave does a decent amount, but I don't think it's enough. So let's double into Spiritomb because I do genuinely think perfect. Get some chip off there, get the speed down. Dark Pulse, not enough. Okay, so this is a pretty bulky, and there's the Trick Room. Okay, we kind of anticipated this. I could have went for Taunt there, which probably would have been smarter. But it is what it is. So, what we're going to do here is I think we're going to go for... I think we're going to go in for Do I Want to Know, and we're going to Protect here. Yeah, honestly, that's on me. I really should have went for Taunt there. Like, we have Taunt. We expected the Trick Room, but I was hoping I would do enough damage. But unfortunately, it seems like he has a very bulky build. So, like I said, 100% on me for that one. Steel Terra, okay. Well, we got the Terra out of the way really early, which is actually good for us. That's less good. Did not expect that to KO. Okie dokie. I'm not the biggest fan of that, because I don't really have a great way around it. So... I'm a fairy type. Okay. So this thing's currently steel. I don't have anything that hits it super well here. It's the unfortunate part. Well, if we think it's going to go for Hyper Voice again, it doesn't hurt to go into... So let's play it a little bit safe here. You know what? I think at this point, Cottony is not going to serve the best purpose, so I don't mind losing it here. Man, that just hits so hard. We are going to try to go for this. I know it's not a lot, but it is... Here we go. Let's see if this plan works. Okay, we go into Caparage here. Hyper Void. I forgot that's not affected. Okay, that is entirely on me. Okay. Going to Chi-Yu here. Go for a good old double protect. Unfortunately, I did forget the fact that we're in Trick Room and Endeavor is not what I need it to be. So we get our double protect off. The Rock Slide won't do anything here. The Hyper Voice will also not do anything here. I get some leftovers healing off, and we are out of Trick Room. This is good. This is very good. So what we're going to do is we're not going to get a lot of damage off with this fully. But I am... Let's see, we go Ghost here. Yeah, I think this is proper just in case we don't get the KO. Okay, we gotta protect. Almost enough. Citrus Berry gets some healing. I get my Life Orb chip. Dazzling Gleam, unfortunately, it's not going to do enough. Hyper Voice. But because I have my Terra, we don't lose anything here. We're going to go Life Dew and Heat Wave. That's going to protect. I'm going to get my Heat Wave. Copperage is taken out. Chi-Yu goes down. Life Dew. Healing time. Now, we're not fully safe here, I will say. Like, there are some threats that can still happen. I need to get the Sylveon off the battlefield. Blaze, okay. So, I think what we want to do here... An Air Slash... Can an Air Slash KO? An Air Slash can, in fact, KO here. There is a very real chance this thing goes for Protect, though. So... We're going to go Air Slash, Heat Wave. Because I don't think this Blaziken is the biggest threat. Okay, I was right on that call. Went for the double protect, unfortunately misses. We take out Sylveon, and like I said, we did go for Air Slash here. And he gets the speed boost, which is a very big problem. So now... there is a chance this does just KO. And by a chance, I mean it pretty much KOs. So how do my others look into it? Flare Blitz can KO, and Flare Blitz definitely KOs. So if this thing has Flare Blitz, we're in a little bit of a tight situation. If I had to bet... this is just a little aggravating because I know our Chi-Yu won't outspeed here is the problem. And unfortunately, I no longer have a way to get Tailwind Guaranteed set up. So I think what we're going to do here... I think we go for a Protect... and we go into Ogerpon. He goes Mega, I get the Protect. Yep, that was expected, and unfortunately that was expected. Ooh, but that took big damage. What did that take damage from? Flare Blitz. Unfortunately, I do think we're in a state where we're falling behind by a little bit here. So, yeah, because there's no way I outspeed, because unfortunately I didn't run Choice Scarf because I wanted the leftovers healing. So I think we go there, and... oof. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we just kind of got to get lucky here. This is rough for me, though. Like, that mess up with Cottony really took some momentum out of me. It's going to take a decent amount of chip. Ice Punch doesn't get the KO. Can this get a KO? Let's go! Because then we get Chiyu back out, and I think... Ooh. So... I think the play is we protect here and we go for a Heat Wave. We might actually still have a way to win this game. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but like, this is super tense. It's also just a lot of fun, if I'm being honest. There is a speed tie. Let's see what happens. This might come down to who wins a speed tie. I think if I get to go first... We just gotta wait and see. Oh boy, though. This has... Protect. Grassy Glide doesn't get the KO. Let's go! I do definitely think that is a GG right there. I honestly forgot about Grassy Glide. That was scary. But I do think Dazzling Gleam is going to get us the win. And there we go. Opening volley of the season, and we're already at a win. Wasn't the most explosive win, but I will always take a win. But I'll see you all later. Alright, welcome back from the live battle. Just one last moment to say thank you for joining me for this walk in the woods. As always, it is a privilege. If you've watched to this point, we are on a goal. I do want to try to hit 50 subs by the end of this season. So, if you're watching, don't mind dropping a comment and a sub. Maybe a like, just help spread it around. I have a lot of fun making these, and it'd be nice to eventually have a little bit of an audience. But until we meet again, thank you for enjoying this walk. Arrivederci.